is about motion of a projected body on an inclined plane. So here the body is projected a certain angle making with the horizontal on inclined plane. Now you observe carefully here what is the phenomena happening. This is the inclined plane. The inclined plane having inclination is beta, and here the body is projected on inclined plane. Body is projected on inclined plane, making an angle with base of inclined plane is alpha. Base of inclined plane is alpha. So here inclination angle is beta. Angle of projection, that is initial velocity, u is the projected velocity. Angle of inclination is alpha. Now we are taking alpha made with the base of inclined plane. This total angle is alpha, and this is inclination angle beta. Obviously this angle will be alpha minus beta. Alpha minus beta. So the body is projected on inclined plane with an angle alpha minus beta. So now this is the projected angle with respect to inclined plane. So here this plane we are taking inclined surface is along x-axis. Inclined surface is taken along x-axis, and perpendicular to this one, this is y-axis. Y-axis. Now what I am doing means I am taking that inclined plane again, I am drawing here. So what is the inclination angle? Beta. Here I have drawn that inclination angle and I am taking it as beta here. And g is acceleration due to gravity. Always acceleration due to gravity acts vertically downward. We know g always acts vertically downward. G in this direction. So now if you want to make again, this is the y-axis. See, this is y dash, y-axis star, and this is along inclined plane. Inclined plane is along x-axis dash, and perpendicular to inclined plane is y dash. Now I want to resolve the g into components. Observe carefully, this angle is beta, this angle is beta, and this is 90 degree. So this will become 90 minus beta, and this is perpendicular. So simply we can write this also beta. In an inclined plane, if inclination angle beta, if you draw one perpendicular line to the this plane, then what we can write? This angle will become again beta with the vertical. Beta with the vertical. So G is acting vertically downward, and this angle is beta. If we resolve into components, we'll get here g cos beta. Here we'll get here g sin beta. That means we resolve g into components. One component is g cos beta, other one is g sin beta. Remember, always where angle it cuts, that line is cos term. Where it doesn't cut, the rectangular component is sin term. So I resolve g into two components, g cos beta and g sin beta. So now I hope you are clear with the diagram what we plotted here. So now from this information, I want what is acceleration along x-axis. X-axis, remember, this is x-axis. This is x-axis. What is acceleration along x-axis? See here, what is acceleration along x-axis means g sin beta. G sin beta is acceleration along x-axis. X-axis means not horizontal. Call this as horizontal. Don't call this as x-axis. Now this plane is along x-axis. So actually G sin beta is along x-axis. G cos beta is along y-axis. See, this is y-axis. G cos beta along y-axis. G sin beta along x-axis. But this one I am taking it as positive x direction, negative x direction. This is positive y direction, negative y direction. Observe G sin beta downward, G sin beta like this, down the plane. So I can write here acceleration is equal to acceleration along x-axis is equal to, I can write minus g sine beta, minus g sine beta I can write. So this is acceleration along x-axis. Now what is acceleration along y-axis? The question is asked. Acceleration along y-axis means, observe carefully here, y-axis. Y-axis is the y-axis. G cos beta, you observe, this is on the y-axis, but it is downward. See, it is showing down. Down means I have to write negative. Negative means I have to write here minus g cos beta, minus g cos beta. So I have got the value of ax as minus g sin beta, ay as minus g cos beta. I hope you understood why I have taken the sign minus here. Observe, along x-axis g sin beta, but it is showing down the plane. Down the plane means negative x-axis. G cos beta is along y-axis, but showing down in the y-axis. This is the y-axis, right? This is the y-axis. It's showing towards negative y-axis. So I can write minus g cos beta. Here minus g sin beta. Here minus g cos beta. I hope you are clear with this ax and ay. Now, let us observe what is the ux and uy. What is ux and uy? Very clear, that is ux means in this direction it is ux. And in this direction we have uy. Uy will be in this direction. Now, can you tell me the ux and uy values? Here carefully observe what is ux value. Ux means here, what is the angle here? What is the angle with the u making with the inclined plane? Inclined plane means x dash. So what is the angle here making is not alpha, it is alpha minus beta. So I have to write what is ux. U cos alpha minus beta. U cos of alpha minus beta. This is ux. And what is about uy? Uy is nothing but what we can write. This is uy is nothing but u sine of alpha minus beta. Alpha minus beta. So observe carefully where we are writing. Actually, this is the direction of velocity u. So we have written. So this angle is what we have written, alpha minus beta. This angle is alpha minus beta. So now where it cuts the angle, always if you resolve this u into two components, where it is cutting the angle, that is simple language, we can say it is cos term. Simply you can remember like that, where it cuts angle. Cut kiya to cos theta. So here ux, what is the angle here? Alpha minus beta. So ux equal to u cos alpha minus beta. And vertical component to that one. These are two rectangular components. This if you are taking it as a cos, other term will be sine. That is u sine of alpha minus beta. So now what are my conclusions here? I got the conclusion says ux is equal to, what is ux beta here? U cos of alpha minus beta. What is uy beta here? Uy is u sine of alpha minus beta. What is the value of ax beta? Ax is equal to minus g sine beta. And what is the value of ay beta? Ay is equal to minus g cos beta. Those are the conclusions what just we observed. These are the four conclusions. We got ux value, uy value, ax value, ay value. Now our discussion is to be done, so that what is the thing here? Capital T. Let us take capital T as time of flight. Let us take capital T is called as time of flight. Time of flight means, you know what is time of flight? The time taken for the body to remain in air. The time taken for the body to remain in air is called time of flight. So now if you observe here, when I want to discuss the time of flight here, When the projectile is at the diagram, will observe now. We'll observe the diagram. Observe carefully. When the projectile is at A, when the projectile is at A, see the A point carefully here. At A, what is the y value? Y value, because it's the point on x-axis. From here to here it is x-axis. So it is x-axis means y term is 0 along x-axis. You don't take a base as x-axis. I'm saying again, some people are confused by taking this as x. No, this is not x-axis. This is horizontal and this line is x-axis. So with respect to x-axis, body projected from here, it is x point. Again, body reached to here, it is also x point. That means here y term is 0. On x-axis, the y term will be 0. On x-axis, y term will be 0. From here to here, x-axis. Starting point, y term 0. Ending point to A, y term 0. So there is no y displacement. What is vertical displacement means? When the body travels from O to A, what is the vertical displacement? Vertical displacement, that is a displacement, not vertical, displacement along y-axis. Displacement along y-axis is 0. You have to be alert with the terms. So displacement along y-axis is 0. Let me take one first page here. And now I am discussing along y-axis, with respect to y-axis. So S is equal to ut plus of at square with respect to y-axis I am taking. What is the y term? S is equal to y term is 0. There is no vertical displacement because with respect to y-axis means the displacement is 0. With respect to y-axis, vertical. With respect to y-axis, vertical we are taking. So displacement is 0. Acceleration, already I told you that acceleration is ay is equal to minus g cos beta. So displacement in vertical y direction is 0. So now what will happen here again? What we have time taken is capital T. Time taken is capital T. And what is ui? Ui is equal to, I already informed you that ui is u sine of alpha minus beta. Substituting these things in the formula. So what we can write? 0 is equal to, here uy. Here you take it as ay. What is ui? U sine of alpha minus beta. Total time taken for journey, capital T. Ay is minus, so minus of g into cos beta into, what should I write here? T square, T square. So yeah, this is 0. So I am taking this term to other side. I can write here it as of g cos beta t square is equal to u sine of alpha minus beta into t. Now happily here we can cancel the square of time, and here t we can cancel, time of flight and the square term we can cancel. Now can you give me the information about time? Time of flight I can write it as 2u sine of alpha minus beta by g cos beta. From above expression, I can write like this. This is the time of flight formula. So whenever a body is projected on inclined plane, the time of flight formula is 2u sine alpha minus beta by g cos beta. Here you must not get confused with the diagram. But always diagram must be in your mind. Remember, diagram must and should be in your mind. Here the body is projected like that. Remember, body is projected here. This angle, total angle is alpha and inclination angle is beta. So this angle is alpha minus beta. This information you must not forget at all. So with this diagram we are discussing here, this is the starting point O, here ending point A we are taking, it reached to the point A and down point B. So don't forget the diagram. My instruction is, so here I can show every time I can go back the diagram and I can show you but the diagram has to feed in our mind while I'm discussing the concept. So it will become very easy for us. So now the question is, what is horizontal distance OB? Horizontal distance, they're asking not O to A, they're asking now horizontal distance OB from here to here. This is horizontal distance OB, they're asking from here to here. Our target now from horizontal distance OB I want first. If I know OB, then I can calculate OA also. OB is known, happily we can calculate OA. So first our target is to find the value of OB. Okay, beta. For that purpose, what I am doing here, I am continuing here for OB. My target is about OB. Observe carefully again the diagram here. You must and should feed this diagram in your mind. OAB. And this is projected like that. And this projected velocity is U. This total angle is alpha. Inclination angle is beta. This angle is alpha minus beta. Please feed the diagram. Number of times I'm telling, feed the diagram in the mind. Now, coming to here, I want horizontal distance OB. I want OB value I want. So OB means, what is the OB we can write? Horizontal velocity into time of flight. Here U can be resolved. U can be resolved. See here carefully here. This is OB. And this is the way U is there. And this is the vertical. And this total angle is alpha. So for respect to OB, I can write the velocity resolved here as U cos alpha. Here I can resolve into it as U cos beta. So now U cos alpha is the velocity along OB. U cos alpha is the velocity along OB I can write. Observe carefully here. So what should I write now? OB means horizontal velocity into time of flight. I can write U cos alpha into time of flight. So OB is equal to now U cos alpha. Time of flight, just now we derived it as what we derived? 2U sine of alpha minus beta by G cos beta. G cos beta. Like that we derived the value of OB here. And here now further simplification of OB. Observe carefully here. U and U. U into U, we can write it as U square. So now I can write here it as 2. First I am writing 2U square. 2U square. And here what are the other terms we have? Cos alpha into sine of alpha minus beta, sine of alpha minus beta by G cos beta, G cos beta. This is the value of OB value. So if you know OB value, my target is actually, frankly speaking, my target is not OB value. My target is OA. Observe carefully here. My target is OA here. My target is OA. But now I found the value of OB here. OB I found here. From this information, how to connect OB and OA means angle between them is beta. Angle between them is called as beta here. And so that what we can write here means cos beta is equal to, cos beta is nothing but diagram says OB by OA. Cos beta indicates OB by OA. As per our target required, we need OA. So I can write here OA is equal to OB by cos beta. OA equal to OA by cos beta. Observe carefully here. This is the OB value what we got. OB value what we got. And now OA is OB by cos beta. Here the value is OB value this one. OB value this one. If we divide with cos beta. Already cos beta is there in denominator. Again if we divide with cos beta. So in the denominator we'll get cos square beta. So that, observe carefully now. What I will get for OA means, I will write it as, for OA I am getting it as OB is not the range beta here. OA is the range. OA I am calling it as range. So OA is equal to, I can write 2u square, 2u square cos alpha. So what should I write? 2u square cos alpha. The above expression I am writing here. Sine of alpha minus beta by alpha minus beta by already one G is there. Okay, no problem. One cos beta is there here. Observe carefully here. One cos beta here by cos beta. Cos beta into cos beta. What I will get beta? Yes, cos square beta. Cos square beta. This is the expression I am getting for OA. Let me write in a fresh page about this OA value now. What I am getting OA value is here. OA value is u square by g cos square beta into, I am getting it as, what I got here, 2 is then on the numerator, we have 2 in numerator, 2u square into what we have, cos alpha into sine of alpha minus beta by g cos square beta. So now this formula I got in this way. So what I can do further with this formula means I can write OA is equal to, now OA value I got, but I want to simplify further. For that purpose, u square by g cos square beta, u square by g cos square beta into 2 cos alpha into sine of alpha minus beta. I can write like that. Why you have written that one, sir? Above expression, you can leave it like that. No, sir. OA value, that one, this one, both are same. Just you shuffle the terms only here. 2u square is there. The 2 you brought here. And u square you kept at starting itself, and cos alpha, sine alpha minus beta, g cos square beta. The above expression, below expression are same. No, sir. Why you did like that? I want to simplify further. See the simplification process, further simplification, how to do. We have one formula in maths, trigonometry, sine of a plus b, sine of a plus b minus sine of a minus b is equal to 2 cos a sine b, 2 cos a sine b. This is the trigonometry formula, that is sine of a plus b minus sine of a minus b is equal to 2 cos a sine b. Now, if I apply this formula for above here what is there in the place of alpha? In the place of alpha, if you can take it as a, and in the place of alpha minus beta, I am taking as b. So here now what I am doing, beta, carefully observe here. Here in the place of A, I am taking alpha. In the place of B, I am taking alpha minus beta. In the place of B, I am taking alpha minus beta. In the place of A, I am taking alpha. So now if you substitute this formula to get this formula, wherever A is there, alpha. Wherever B is there, alpha minus beta. In the place of A, you put alpha. In the place of B, you put alpha minus beta in the above expression. Check carefully what we'll get finally if you do like that. We'll get this OA value is equal to, OA value is u square by g cos square beta into sine of 2 alpha minus beta minus sine beta. If you substitute, finally we'll get this expression. Now, this OA is nothing but this OA only we can call it as what? Range. This OA we are calling it as range. So here, the range formula, OA itself is called as range. This OA only we are calling it as range. So this is the range formula, and this is the time of flight formula. Time of flight formula we got, and range formula we got. What is time of flight formula, beta? In time of flight, we derived it as 2u into sine of alpha minus beta by g cos of beta. And again we derived The range formula is u square by g cos square beta into sine of 2 alpha minus beta minus sine beta. Remember, beta is inclination angle. The diagram is very important. What diagram we are following? Here beta is inclination angle to the plane and alpha is angle of projection with the base. Angle of projection with the base, not with the plane, with the base. With the plane here, this plane OA, the projection angle is alpha minus beta. Here we have two accelerations along x-axis, along y-axis. We have two accelerations. Along x-axis, it is what is along x-axis? G sine beta, and it is in negative x-axis minus G sine beta. Along y-axis, it is G cos beta, and it is along negative y-axis. So I write that as G cos minus G cos beta. So I hope you are clear. This u also, this angle is alpha minus beta resolving into components u cos alpha minus beta and ui is u sin alpha minus beta. Mainly in this projectile motion on inclined plane, our target is the first one, time of flight. We got this expression, time of flight is 2u sin of alpha minus beta by g cos beta. And one more expression is range. The range formula what we got here is u square by g cos square beta into sine of 2 alpha minus beta minus sine beta. These are our targets for inclined planes. So I hope you are clear with the targets what we did for inclined planes point of view.